Yo, the Raiders are active. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. You guys know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphic and Wasted Show.
Or the Wasted Graphic Show, whichever way you like to slice it. What's the deal, brother?
My brother, it is good to see you, and it is also great to see the greatest chat in YouTube history. Make sure you guys wipe them feet, pay your bar tabs, hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. We have an action-packed show today. The Raiders have been super active. I'm a little bit heartbroken, man, because one of my guys was waived today. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah,
went out and got a former Pete guy wasted. We're going to talk about that also. Brought back a familiar face, a veteran wide receiver that I have a funny story with, and Wasted knows this. I'm going to bring this up on the show as well. But how you feeling, brother?
I mean, look, if this was 6 years ago, bro, I'd be over the moon, right? Like when Jamal Adams came out in 2017, he was my favorite player in the entire draft. I love Jamal Adams, right? I thought Jamal Adams was going to be generational. I thought Jamal Adams was going to be one of those transformative players that come in like Ed Reed. Not to say that he was on the level of Ed Reed as far as, the way he played.
I know what you mean.
But I'm talking about like Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, one of those guys, how Max is. Yeah. Just a tone setter, right? Mm-hmm. And he was fitting the bill. Right. And the league kind of changed a little bit on us. Right. And now, you have a situation where you have a guy that's a little longer in the tooth, hard hitting guy, peak guy. And I'm really excited about this move. Right. Because, and I'm going to tell you why. If you look at the archetype of the way Pete Carroll is building this defense, what he's doing is he's fine tuning the softness in Patrick Graham's scheme.
Ooh, hold on. Say that again, Wasted.
He is fine-tuning the softness in Patrick Graham's scheme. Man. Now, listen, and listen, there will be no pausing here. It's all gas. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the problem with Patrick Graham's scheme is, as I see it, is that there's a lack of toughness in the middle of that defense.
Yes, definitely. Agree with
that. Will not be the case now. You got guys that layeth the wood.
Layeth the woodeth.
Listen, layeth the wood like Wasted on a half of a gas station pill. Let me tell you something. Look, I'm trying to
rhino joints. Salute the rhino joints.
That's right, man. And look, when you have a Jamal Adams, if you can put him in a position to be successful, you can use him almost like when you have three defensive backs, like almost like a will linebacker. You can bring him up to the line of scrimmage. He is a guy that when he gets around the ball, he's a plus player as far as making plays on the football. This is a guy that over his career has been very, very productive, man. 21 sacks, 50 tackles for loss, 366 solo tackles. Yeah. He is a short tackler, and he has 4 interceptions, right? But look,
can't cover for shit at this point. But
you know what?
You're not bringing him in for that.
Yeah, you're not. You're bringing him in to be in space to set the tone, man. That is what you're looking for. Pete Carroll, you heard today in the presser today, man. He wants to play old school smash mouth football, and I think the league is making that turn back to people running the football 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Right now, people throw the ball all over the place, but I think players like Jamal Adams will be valuable when you have teams that are going to pin their ears back and run the football down your throat.
Real quick, man, for those who are joining and haven't really paid attention to what's going on today, the Raiders have went out and signed Jamal Adams, all-pro, former Pro Bowl guy. I think he's a 3-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro, I believe.
Yeah,
in 85 games. Wasted said it, 501 tackles, 21.5 sacks, 4 picks. He did play in Seattle under Pete Carroll. He's only 29 years old. That's the crazy thing about all this. A lot of people are talking about Simmons, right? Go get Simmons, and people are crying about Jamal Adams' age. He's only 29 years old, you guys. Simmons is actually, I believe, older than Jamal Adams. So I understand that that there's been some recent injuries. You know, he went to Seattle. It didn't really work out there. Then he goes, where did he go after? Tennessee, I believe.
Yeah, he went
bounced around the league. Detroit last year. They signed him off the streets. But you know, look, man, I got to keep it a buck here, you guys. And look, I like that safety room. I hope that this does not take away from what Trey Taylor can do in year 2. But this can still be a camp body situation, you guys. I'm gonna be real. I understand it's a Pete guy, but there's not a sure thing that he's gonna make this roster. I'm being honest. Like,
no, you're right. 100%.
He hasn't played at a high clip these the past several seasons. So, and I know that he's saying all the right words right now. Like, yo, I feel great. This is the best I've felt in a long time. I'm healthy. I'm excited to be in Vegas, so on and so forth. But once again, this is not a sure thing that he's going to make this roster. I mean, you look at these names that we brought in, you guys. Philip Dorsett. I mean, he was a Raider for 2 seconds. And
he had a cup of coffee with the Silver.
Coffee, right? Then went to Denver. Hasn't played since 2023. You go get cornerback JT Woods. I believe he played 2 years with the Chargers, and then he was with Seattle and Chicago, I believe. A DB. You bring in Antonio Mafi, a guy to UCLA that me and you both were high on in that draft. He was I think the 5th round pick, went to New England. I like that pickup. That's probably my favorite pickup thus far because it adds some depth to that O-line. Then you go get a receiver, Seth Williams, who I believe he hasn't even played since 2021.
I think so. High stakes Williams. He was a former manager at a Jersey Mike Subs. Yes. I mean, yes. I'm kidding. I joke.
No. You know what? He was at Best Buy. I'm gonna need, say what did he say? What did Kevin say?
On the house.
On the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need that extended warranty on the house. You know what I'm saying? But then in corresponding moves, we waived cornerback Mello Dotson, which sucks. I'm gonna tell you guys this, man. When you watch his tape, he is a ball hawk. But the one thing that I've said about him repeatedly this offseason was, is he really in love with football? When you see him on Instagram and he's posting all this weird stuff. I mean, 10 minutes after he was waived, he puts up some music and a picture of himself. So I don't really know how much he wants to play football at this point. And this is his rookie season. That's probably why he was a UDFA. Because you look at the tape and you look at all, I mean, what do you have? Like 9 career picks. And I think like
he had 6 interceptions last year.
Bro, and like 4 of them in his career were like pick 6s or something like that, right? Yeah. So he gets waived. Our guy, Zachary Franklin, gets waived, the young UDFA out of Illinois. Wide receiver Keyshawn Smith as well, another UDFA. And then linebacker Jalen Walker out of Indiana, a guy that we thought could potentially be that cover linebacker for us. Once again, though, you guys, there's going to be so many different moves here in training camp. These guys can return to the practice squad. We never really know. I'm expecting a few of those names to potentially return. Yeah. But Seth Williams is not going to be a Raider come week 1. Philip Dorsett is not going to be a Raider come week 1. Antonio Mafi, potentially. And then, Jamal Adams is a question mark as well, because once again, he is 29 years old, and this is not the New York Jets Jamal Adams, you guys. I see a lot of people super excited. I'm hyped because I want to see what he can do this year, but I'm not going to lie to you guys and act as though we went and got the all-pro Jamal Adams.
Yeah, it's not like we went on and got Ronnie Lott here. But
no.
Listen, the thing about it is, Graf, I think, and I got to push back a little bit, right? I think it's not just Jamal Adams that is a question mark to make this roster. I think anybody who's not a first-round pick or a high-end guy like a Max Crosby or somebody like that, everybody is a suspect here.
Yes.
He and Spy Tech are not playing any games, man.
No.
Everybody going to have to win a roster spot.
Yeah.
Everybody. Look, when you got to follow, like if you don't, how the NFL works. Follow the money.
Yeah.
Who has the dead money? Does it make sense? But when you get guys that got these deals with no money, all of them are suspects to not make this roster. They got to make this roster for real.
I forgot to mention this to you too, Waston. My bad. You cooking, my brother. The Raiders did bring in defensive tackle Quentin Jefferson for a visit today as well. Former Raider, also former Jet, former Seahawk. Jamal Adams, former Jet, former Seahawk. There's a trend here, right? But Q, at this point, he can get to the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a great depth piece. This is a guy that, you know, if he signs, I can see him making this roster. I can see Quentin Jefferson, especially with the question marks surrounding Christian Wilkins. Are they going to play Tyree on the outside the majority of the time? This would be a great pickup right here, especially with the rooks. You can give JJ, you can give Tonka a little time to develop. I like that move. I hope that we sign Quentin Jefferson. Once again, former Raider, Jet, Seahawk. That is a kind of move I can get behind. Definitely.
Yeah, so, I mean, dude, at the end of the day, it's all about competition, right?
Yes.
And when we start talking about, you know, Christian Wilkins, we start talking about Adam Butler, start talking about the rookies, all of this stuff. We forget a lot of the times that the numbers that they carry, you start talking about the top crust of kind of like that positional group. We think about the 2 starters and maybe 1 backup, but you got to outfit that room. And having a guy like Quentin Jefferson is to me one of those guys who can kind of convey what Pete's looking for. You always need those guys. Most coaches, when they come in and they're bringing their brand of football to a new organization, they kind of need people to be witnesses to what he wants to see. You need guys like that to show them what good looks like. But the only thing that I got a problem with, and really quickly, is the fact that they have not brought a corner to show what good looks like in the Pete Carroll defense.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you watch the presser today, right, and we'll get there shortly, but I'm just going to throw this out there that Pete said, in a nutshell, this is the most talented secondary that he's had. And he was like, those guys in Seattle are going to be pissed. The Legion of Boom, he's saying that, but I don't care. He is really high on these guys. This is coming from Pete Carroll, talking about Jeremy Chin, Polamalu, and his corners. Said that Darian Porter has looked phenomenal. He is really excited about this secondary. To hear Pete say that, look, I'm 150% behind that. If he's hyped, I'm hyped because once again, he has been the DB whisperer. He's the one that created the Legion of Boom with those other guys out there. I'm excited to see if this can potentially be that. Did you watch the? I know you've seen some of the press. I know you're at work.
No, I watched it, and it's the thing. Yeah, he says that sounds great. Definitely. Right? Could there be a little bit of Rex Ryan there?
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? You know, Rex Ryan always, the thing is, if he's gonna oversell, I hope he doesn't underdeliver. And that's all that's pretty much where I am. If he feels like that genuinely in his heart of hearts, I hope he delivers on that.
Also, he went on to say, and this is the presser, you guys, and we're going to get back to the players that we added and the ones that we subtracted. We're going to win a ton. We're going to win a bunch of games. This is what Pete Carroll said today. And the stream was very glitchy. There was a ton of issues with the Raiders stream today on YouTube. But, just kind of fight through it and you'll kind of get an understanding of what he was saying. I can't even imagine anything else. I've been winning 10 games a year for 20 years or something. What are my expectations? We're going to win a bunch. And I don't care who hears that. It doesn't matter to me. It ain't about what anybody hears. It's about what we do. And so that's why expectations are really high. The standards need to be so that the expectations can be met. We'll see what happens. I wish I could guarantee it to you, but I can't even think of what else it could be, but really, really successful. So, and then he went on to say, his expectations are about as high as they can get. And there's no limit. We're going for it. We're going to see how far we can take our club. We're going to do it one step at a time. We're just going to see how good we can be. Then he later added, the expectations and the standards we are setting are going to be as high as we can make them. That's how we've always done that. So we're going to take it as far as we can, as quickly as we can, see what that means. And once again, he went on to, give his DBs praise and talking about this is probably one of the most talented secondaries that he's coached, something to that effect. I don't have the exact.
What he said was it's the most impressive.
Impressive. So, there you go. So I'm excited. Real quick, let's get the chat involved real fast. Salute to Hug, my guy. Here's one of the 20 super chats for the goal. Raiders. Salute to my brother Hug. It's always good to see the GOAT in the building. Salute to my guy, PM. Let's be real. Adams is now is Jonathan Abram 2.0. I'm not even mad at the comparison, but I'll say this, man. Hopefully we get a little bit of a glimpse of the former Jamal Adams.
Yeah.
He's excited. He has a coach that he really loves. And You know, look, Pete went out and got some of his guys this year. Gino, you know, brought in Jamal Adams. He had Griffin in for a visit. He ended up re-signing with Seattle. The thing is this, when you want to set the tone, you got to bring some guys in, right, that know what it looks like for you to set the tone. Jamal Adams knows what that looks like. Gino knows what that looks like. This is why I'm excited about the pickup, because of Pete Carroll. If there was any other coach in the building, Antonio Pierce, Josh McDaniels, if we brought in Jamal Adams, I'd be like, this is just a desperate-ass move. It is. But I like the pickup, once again, because of Pete Carroll. And once again, you guys, I'm not saying that this guy is going to make this roster. That is a talented safety group with Harper, with Trey, you know, with Chris Smith, and then the starters with Chin and Polamalu. I'm expecting this to be a good group. But once again, there's a tone that he's trying to set. Yeah. And Jamal Adams has definitely been there.
Physicality, bro. Like I said earlier, you echo the sentiments that I laid out to the T. It's amazing how aligned we are on this. You have to show the roster what good looks like when it comes to Pete Carroll. You have to do that. Anytime you have a coach that has been successful in this league, they bring their guys in. Going back to Parcells, you always had those guys that were Parcells guys, right?
Yeah.
Because that's just a guy who's moved around a lot. I always use Bill because I grew up in the tri-state area. He was the coach here several times, right?
Yeah.
But he always has certain guys he would bring. And even in his coaching staff, they'd be former players, things like that. Yeah. Pete seems to be that old school kind of coach. You need to outfit and model what good looks like as far as from a defensive perspective. And I think when you have a Patrick Graham, they call the Black Picasso, right? But I think that he needs to be sat down a little bit and let Leonardo da Vinci show him how to get to an elite level, because this is a guy who a lot of people give Patrick Graham a little too much credit. Like they act like Patrick Graham has been at an elite level. Like he has one of those defenses that you can say, like when Rex Ryan was a defense. And listen, I know it's a little different when you're dealing with a Ray Lewis defense, right? But there's certain guys like, and I'm bringing up all-time great defensive coordinators, so bear with me. Monty Kiffin had his defense, right? You know what I'm saying? Vic Fangio has had some great defenses.
Yes.
Patrick Graham hasn't really had that.
Yeah.
He's had success. We've kind of graded his career as a defensive coordinator on a curve.
I'll give him a mulligan last year because of all the injuries that occurred, but I agree with you.
But we've graded it on a curve. He's never really had that transcended top of the heap kind of group.
Yes.
And I think now he has a chance to get there. Mm-hmm. And I think Pete can show him the way.
Oh yeah. Pete's going to have Graham be a head coach in no time. I'm telling you this now, man. And definitely, what did we say when we brought Pete in? Immediately what we said was he is going to fill in the gaps that Patrick Graham struggled with defensively. He's going to be able to clean up the middle of that football field and not leave it so wide the hell open every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like he's going to fill in the blanks. I'm excited to see this, man. Salute to Gio. We got to stop falling in love with UDFAs. Laugh out loud. Well, I'll say this, man. You know, year in and year out, there's always a UDFA that shows up. I am one that was really high on Sincere McCormick because I watched him at the collegiate level very closely. And now, you know, he is a guy that we all expect to be on this roster come week one. You know what I mean? So we always find UDFAs. Antonio Pierce was a UDFA. Robert Spillane was a UDFA. There's a lot of phenomenal football players that were UDFAs. Mello was a guy that I watched closely, Gio. I got a chance to watch him at the Senior Bowl. Well, not the Shrine Bowl week. I got a chance, a glimpse to watch him closely and see what he can do on the football field outside of watching his tape. I think the guy is gifted, but once again, he has to be bought in. His mentality does not fit what Pete wants out of his players. I can tell you that right now. And that's probably the reason why Mello Dotson is not a Raider right now. Now, once again, they could potentially bring him back, put him on the practice squad, develop him and get him right. But I just think it's a mental thing with Mello. Zakari loved the measurables. Me and Wasted both agree. Like he's a big body guy out of Illinois. He was kind of overshadowed by Pat Bryant because, you know, he was a stud. You know, he ended up going to Denver, I believe, in the third round. But, you know, hey, man, look, man, it's okay to like players that are UDFAs and not high draft picks. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my My guy 890 as well, man. Gifting 5 OLV Raider Network memberships. I appreciate you, my brother. Salute to all the new members in the building. If you guys missed out on those, hit the link is pinned up top on both channels. Become Green Dot Gang and Get Off My Lawn Gang. We definitely appreciate all of our members. It helps us really keep the lights on over here at Shieldmore. Appreciate you, DB, my dog. Salute to the Mokes. Wasted probably gonna make the roster too. So I'm assuming the Mokes is talking about we're signing older gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The only roster Demokes is gonna make is the roster for shift manager at McDonald's. Get the F up out of here.
Oh, Demokes.
The Demokes, go flip a burger or something. Get out of my effing face.
Yo, Steven, we have no idea yet, but I would assume, and me and Waster were talking about this, I believe, offline. Landon Roberts, 1 year, $3 million deal? Yeah. Eric Stokes, somewhere along the lines, the same deal. Devin White, no guaranteed money, inexpensive 1 year prove it deal. I'm expecting Jamal Adams, a guy that only played a few games last season between the Titans and the Lions, to get somewhere along. You're not getting paid because of your resume. You're getting paid about what you have put on tape recently, and it hasn't been great. So I'm expecting a 1 year prove it Devin White type deal.
I'm expected for Jamal Adams to get signed for a gold chain and a pair of Jordan 3s.
That sounds a little bit more than what I was putting out there. But salute to Holy Moly Donuts, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships as well. My dog, I appreciate you so much. And he goes in and drops a $5 special. Pistol Piece press conference got me feeling optimistic. Yes, man, that was very, very fun to watch. We have a really, really dope head coach. His energy is just like, it's like kinetic, bro. Like, it's like you see it and you connect to him immediately. Like, this dude, how can you not like Pete Carroll? And I've never heard one person say anything bad about him. I think the only person that may have disliked him in the past was Jim Harbaugh because of the battle. You know what I'm saying? But like, man, Pete is that dude, man. Salute to Holy Moly Donut Shop. Salute to Not Now 97. I think Jamal could be a Casey Hayward type signing. For those who don't remember Casey came in and low-key bought out for us a little bit for a year. Then he moved on to Atlanta and kind of just fell off the map. Let's not act like Casey Hayward didn't play good for us.
No, he played terrific for us, but Casey Hayward was
a corner.
Was playing at a higher level than Jamal.
Yes, I agree with you.
So Jamal Adams has been very well traveled. And the thing about Jamal Adams is there's a shift in the way people play ball now. And also the injuries, right? That's been the thing. That's been the thing. And you're not going to get the best out of Jamal Adams unless he is truly as healthy as he says he is.
Yeah.
You know, and that's really what it is. I mean, look, you got a lot of these guys, man, that are on this roster. We are tone setting. I think what Carroll and Spytech are really trying to do is they're trying to set the culture in a real way.
Yes.
The culture is the foundation of any successful product. Even if in a family, a job, anywhere, culture is very, very important. A lot of people do not realize how important culture is. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about from a perspective of people liking to come to work, people liking the people that they work with, and also understanding the rules and what's required of them and having people hold them accountable when they don't fit inside the framework of that.
Yes.
So that's the difference between having Pete Carroll. He's a rah-rah guy, but there's a lot of substance behind it. And that's the difference between a Pete Carroll being here and running his organization and a guy like Antonio Pierce. No
Agreed.
Disrespect to Antonio Pierce.
Agreed.
So bringing in these guys are going to set the tone, man. I'm sorry, buddy.
No, this just in. Adams, 1 year for 2 ounces of cushion, a 40-ounce of King Cobra. Salute to AC.
Damn, I mean, bro, King Cobra. Right. I think you're severely disrespecting Jamal Adams. I think he got signed for a private stock, man. Maybe it's 64-ounce Ballantine Ale.
And look, this is going to be a move, you guys, if he does make this roster, right? He'll be more of a box safety. You know, he'll be more of a linebacker at this point.
Yeah.
He leaves so much to be desired in coverage. And I think that Pete will know how to put him in this defense and make it work. You know what I mean? But once again, I think it's still going to be a very high uphill battle for him to make this roster. Yeah. I think that training camp, the vets are in the building, you guys. Everybody reported today. I'm expecting Trey Taylor to make some noise. I am. I'm not saying that because that's a friend of mine and friend of the show. I'm expecting Trey to make some noise this year. And once again, Palomau and Chin, they're very high on those two guys. Also, I want to say this real quick before we continue the show. Happy birthday to my twin boys, Elijah and Jaden. Love my sons. We've been out all day. I would have did this show earlier. Wasted was sitting around the house waiting on me. Thank you, brother, for waiting on me. Took my guys out, me and my wife, and took them out to hang out, buying some stuff for the birthday. Salute to my sons, 12, going to be 13 next year. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Right. And happy birthday to the GOAT, Tim Brown, as well. I always love how God has his humor, because I grew up idolizing Tim Brown as a child. That was my favorite athlete. And to this day, he's still my favorite athlete in any sport. And my sons just happened to be both born on his birthday. So it's kind of dope. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I know what happened, bro. When they had the date, and you know how you got go.
Yeah. Got to make it happen now.
Yeah. That's what. Come on.
You know what was crazy is our sons were born like 2 months early. Like, bro, like they were in the NICU.
Oh, they were preemies. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
so it was really a stroke of the good Lord, because I know with my daughter, my youngest daughter, we got to pick the date we were gonna go in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so I'm thinking to myself, you up there like, where's Tim Brown?
Hey, real quick, salute to Matt. Business in the front, party
in the back.
Salute to my guy Matt on becoming a member. We don't know what channel, but we just appreciate you, my brother. Salute to 556 as well, becoming a member. If you guys want to join Green Dot and get off my lawn game, make sure to hit the links that's pinned up top. It definitely, once again, helps us keep the lights on. Yeah, Paper Chase, this is definitely a family show. And salute to everybody listening on Spotify and Apple Podcast as well. I know you guys are going to hate the yelling and all that, but guess what? Deal with it. How about that?
Yeah, and listen, I'm about to yell at somebody right now. Grab, can you do me a favor? Could you put up Alexander Raider?
Oh, I seen it. The shut up comment?
Yeah. Hey, you know what you can do, Alexander Raider? You can get the F up out of here. You can get unceremoniously blocked, you effing bum.
Hey, real quick.
You shut up, you effing bum.
Hey, real quick. Ozzy Osbourne passed away?
Yeah, the blizzard has passed away.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, Sharon.
Yeah, Malcolm Jamal Warner, and then Ozzy. They say it comes in threes. That is crazy, man. Rest in paradise to Ozzy Osbourne, man. The bat eating, MTV real shit.
Whoa.
How fucking
look, listen, Ozzy Osbourne, man, is a legend in rock.
Definitely.
Like the original lead singer of Black Sabbath.
Yes.
You know, one of the British invasion bands. You know, the thing about Ozzy Osbourne, you know, there was a lot of stuff that he used to do back in the day, like he bit the head off of a bat, you know, snorted a line of ants, and all of the theatrics. He did a lot of crazy things back in the day, and he was a guy that was into occult symbolism and things that I just don't mess around with. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I'm a God-fearing man, but Ozzy Osbourne was one of the premier frontmen in rock. And we got to give him his grace for his talent and what he gave out there, even though I don't always agree with some of that kind of stuff.
Rest in paradise to him and Malcolm Jamal Warner as well.
Definitely Theo, man.
Yeah, Theo is the GOAT, bro. And
look, Black America is hurting right now. We are hurting right now, man.
Bro, my wife was crying yesterday. She called the whole family.
Yeah,
everybody, like, yo, like what's going on? You know what I mean? But crazy, man. Once again, man, salute to the chat. Everybody here in the building. As always, we appreciate you guys so much. Wipe them feet, y'all. Make sure you pay your bar tab over at Wasted channel and hit that subscribe button on both channels. It definitely helps us remain in the algorithm. I want to say this though. I definitely like the pickup of Antonio Mafi. This is a guy, right, that played under Chip Kelly in UCLA.
Yeah.
He's a Bay Area guy, born in San Mateo, very familiar with the Raiders. I like this move. Former 5th round pick. Like I said before, New England Patriot. He's kind of bounced around the league thus far. He played a year with the Patriots, then went to, I believe, the Colts last year. This is a former second-team All Pac-12 guy back in 2022. I'm excited because Chip knows this guy. He's familiar with his strengths. He's familiar with his weaknesses. This is a guy that I could potentially see make this roster. If they kick like Laki Tasi back over the defensive tackle, I can see them holding on to Antonio Mafi. I can see him making this roster.
Yeah, I mean, and Laki Tasi, bro,
former rugby guy too. He's a former rugby guy as well.
Yeah, but it's too much has been made of this whole Laki Tasi thing, bro. Like, you know, they don't have that roster delineation where he can just not really count against their number. Yeah. So it's going to be an uphill battle for him, right? But I sit here and I look, and I see this guy, man. He is a nasty player, man. That's exactly what you need. That physicality up front.
Yeah.
So look. I think Pete and Spytek are hedging their bet. They're making sure that they don't get pushed around by Chris Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I think what the Raiders are definitely doing is they are bringing in and outfitting this offensive line based on who's in this division. And there are a lot of formidable guys in this division from a defensive standpoint, man. I love that move, man. I love it.
Yeah. Salute to Ira. Salute to everybody here in the bill. It's always good to see my guys. Salute to CGR as well in the chat, holding it down. Also, once again, for those who are just joining the show, the Raiders did go out and sign veteran safety Jamal Adams. He reunites with Pete Carroll from their time in Seattle. He is 29 years old. He's in his 9th season. Former sixth overall pick back in 2017 to the New York Jets. A guy that played at a very high level with them. I believe he had 3 Pro Bowls back to back to back. Also, I believe he had 1 All-Pro season as well.
Two Pro, an All-Pro.
Okay, so 2 Pro Bowls and 1 All-Pro. There you go. So, well, no, I think he's a 3-time Pro Bowler, right?
I don't know, man. Let's go to the videotape, my man.
Let me see. I'm looking at it right now. And he is.
Let's go like Warner Wolf back in the day. Let's go to the videotape.
Yeah, I think it's 3-1.
It's 3-1. Look, I hope it is 3-1, right? I saw 2-1. You know, maybe the website I got it from was wrong, but either which way, this is a man who, you know, definitely deserves a shot to make a roster. A lot of talent there, man.
Yeah.
A lot of talent there. I think that Pete is just using some guys that are gonna knock people's heads off, man. I mean, look, I'm you know, and I want to harken back. I don't mean to change the trajectory of what we're talking about, but I do. I want to harken back to somebody said something about us, you know, falling in love with UDFAs, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, man, those diamonds in the roughs are how you build a franchise, man. You don't always go out there and hit on all your free agents. You don't hit on all your front end draft picks.
Yes.
And then there are injuries, right? And you have to have guys like Sincere McCormick. You have to have guys like right now. And I'm hoping the Raiders keep this kid, Ja Joyner. I'm praying that they don't let that kid get on the
kid out of Minnesota, UDFA. He's a baller.
He's a baller, 4'6" guy. You know, has elite been and at a quick first step. He is a pass rusher that you can develop, man.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really get some tread on the tire. If you can get that guy to play some meaningful snaps, making what he's making, that is the key to success right there, man. Yeah. So I don't think people make enough about who's on their UDFA roster.
Yeah,
you definitely have to pay attention to that.
Definitely. And real quick, also getting back to you know, Jamal Adams. He posted a video, I believe, a day or so ago in the gym. He said he's in his best shape of his life. You're getting a motivated Jamal Adams, you guys. This is the guy that's going to come in and work his ass off because he knows what the expectations are with our new head coach, Pete Carroll. So if he makes the team, just know that he's probably going to be a stud for us. If he doesn't, guess what? There's probably not that much tread left on the wheels. But I am all for this move. I'm not going to act like I'm over the top. Oh my God, we got a starter, because no, he's not going to take Palomao's spot. He's definitely not going to take Jeremy Chinn's spot. But this is a guy that can rotate in and out, help us once again, be more of a box safety at this point. You know what I mean? I'm looking at him more as like a linebacker, essentially. You know, a guy that is good. Once again, he's not going to cover for you at all, but he is a sure tackler. That dude is a physical dude. So I'm excited. And that's what Pete's trying to do. He's trying to instill that into the culture, that Legion of Boom 2.0. Go out there and take motherfuckers' heads off. And Jamal Adams is one of them. So I'm excited.
Whoa. You wash that potty mouth out with soap. This is a family show, Graphic Raider. You doing here? We on Spotify and Apple, and you're dropping F-bombs everywhere.
Salute to the motherfuckers on Spotify. Salute to the motherfuckers on Apple Podcasts as well. Salute to you guys. I appreciate you guys for listening. Salute to Ira, gifting not 10, but 15 Raider Nation Unlimited Wasted Talent memberships. We appreciate you, Ira. One of the goats over here at Shieldmore, our dog. Salute to the 15 new members of Get Off My Lawn Gang. That is so dope. Ira, we appreciate everything you do for Shieldmore, my brother. Salute to you and salute to all the new members in the building. Salute to Hug as well. Red Letter Day, boys. Twins' birthday. Pete Carroll drops us some gems. and I finished round 2 of my program. 180 days grinding, 173, and working on the chisel and adding back a little weight. Let's effing go. Salute to my brother Hug. Great comment. We're so proud of you, my brother. Keep grinding. I've been in the gym. I've been in the lab going crazy, adding 15 pounds of muscle. You know what I'm saying, Hug? You've inspired me as well. So, you know,
I'm here to hate on you. Who the F cares how much muscle or weight that you've lost? F you and a horse you rode in on. Hug D's. How about that?
Hey, Hug, block him. I don't know if there's a way.
Listen, I am unblockable.
Salute the Raiders USC, man. They said Adams is in amazing shape. He will help this secondary if he stays healthy. This is facts. And that's a big if, because once again, he has dealt with some things in recent memory. So we're excited to see, you know, if this guy can make this roster. He's a tone setter. And once again, he's a veteran. You know, Chin, what is 26, 27? So he's a veteran at this point. He's been in the league on his 3rd team, I believe. Well, he's been a Commander, Panther, Raider, I believe. But, you know, and then you got Palomau. He's still
Palomau is what I'm excited about, bro, because I want to see how they use him. I think that having guys like Jamal Adams and Jeremy Chin and guys like that are very interchangeable in a sense allows Palomau to come down in the slot. It allows them to get down in the line of scrimmage. It allows them to just kind of roam and make plays. I'm very, very happy about that.
Honey Badger, yes, he also retired today, and Jimmy Graham. So Jimmy Graham retires a Saint. Phillip Rivers comes out and retires a Charger, and now Honey Badger hung up the cleats as well today. So salute to all 3 of those guys.
Honey Badger, F him. Can't stand that guy.
Yo, that's hilarious, man. Salute to Terry. He says, I agree with you, Graf and Wasted. Joyner, they should keep him on this team 100%. I watched this guy in college, and this guy has a lot of upside. Facts. Salute. And yes, and we talked about this as well, Robert. Yes, we brought him in for a visit. He has not signed yet, at least to my knowledge. And I haven't spoken to anybody out there about this particular situation. So it's kind of the waiting game. But I would love to add him. That'd be a great signing at this point for depth on that D-line at the DT position. So, and Quentin Jefferson, former Raider, I actually liked him that year when we brought him and Solomon in. Like, he played really well for us. You know what I mean? So excited to see if the former Seahawk, former Raider, former Jet signs with this, man. So going to be kind of dope. Did you see that video with Micah Parsons?
No, I didn't.
So he was at camp today. The Raiders are getting a little bit of love, and you love to see it. He says something along the lines, they asked him about his contract extension, right? And he was like, you know what? I'm going to play this. Let's just play this. We're going to play this video real quick because I think this is actually really, really dope. You know what? I'll just say it because I don't want to get us clipped.
Get the smack, right?
He basically gave the Raiders a ton of praise. You know, he said some teams, you know, like the Raiders with Max Crosby, they knew that they were coming up and they took care of him. That must be nice. And, you know, kind of been hinting at, you know, the dissatisfaction.
And Jerry was talking trash yesterday. I heard about, him not
missed
playing
6 games. I think he only missed 4. That's what's so funny.
Yeah.
I think he missed 4 games, not 6.
When Jerry mind, he missed 6.
Yes.
And that's the only that's the only thing that matters to the Quaker Oats, man.
Yeah.
You know, listen, the Quaker Oats man will always screw the pooch.
Yeah,
he will always screw the pooch, and you know it couldn't happen to a better organization. They've had enough success over my lifetime. F the Cowboys.
Love it. And yes, Raiders USC. We just talked about this as well. We brought in Phillip Dorsett. He is going to be a camp body, you guys. I think he's 32, 33 years old at this point. He's not going to make this team. It's so funny because you guys don't know. Phillip Dorsett, Wasted knows this. He was about to be on the show right before we cut him, and he went to the Broncos. We followed each other. We DM'd each other a ton. We talked a lot about him pulling up to the show. So he goes to Denver. We unfollow each other because once again, hey, you know, look, there's no reason to follow each other anymore. You're a Bronco. I'm a Raider. You know, respect. So he tweets today. He put something out there. I said, oh, we back. And I followed him back. So I'm waiting to see if he's going to follow me back because it was kind of a weird, odd situation, right? Like we both unfollow each other. Okay, you go your separate way. I go mine. And now I followed. Oh, hey, old friend. Oh, we back.
Nah. Phillip Dorsett said, nah, man.
Hey, we're going to try to get him on the show in the next week or so because that's about it. That's all we got with Phillip.
Phillip Dorsett said, listen, man, you are out of here. I am not. He said, listen, man. He's like, hey, bro, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, bro. I am not following you with the F up out of here.
And to me, Dorsett just gives off old vibes anyway. He sounds like he's like 53 years old, like Dorsett, like Tony Dorsett. Like it has like that Clarence effect to me, Wasted.
Really?
Like a Clarence. Yeah.
Why you say that, bro?
I don't know. It's like a Clarence kind of vibe. Like Dorsett is like a Clarence to me.
Bro, so you trying to call him the Carlton of Raider Nation? What the F are you doing here, bro? What is going on here?
I don't know what I'm trying to do, but you know what?
I don't know. This is crazy.
Tiff is in the background. She said, "Wow, Wasted didn't laugh at that." She's like, "That's some bullshit."
Yeah, no, it was terrible.
Yeah,
absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. What the F is going on here, Grab? Wait a minute. You know why, Grab? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm up here and I'm looking for Alexander Raider, and I'm coming here to block his ass unceremoniously. That's really what I've been doing. You are about to get blocked. I normally don't play this game with you guys in the chat.
You know he left a post and said he loves you, right?
No, he's blocked. Too late.
Alex
Too late.
Carlton Dorsett.
Get the F up out of here.
Yo, salute to Jimmy, 4120. That pressure is getting to Pete Carroll. He better start AOC week 1. Gino start losing. It's going to be a mess. Start AOC now.
Yo, I'm blocking you right now. Yo, who is this BHC Jimmy?
Hey, Mods. Yo, hey, Jimmy, bro. Much respect for the $5 holla. We appreciate you.
Go to the gulags. At least time him out for 4 minutes. Gulags, you go. What the F is wrong with you?
Bro, first and foremost, Gino hasn't played a snap, dog. What are we doing here? Yo, this is crazy. This is facts, Kenny. Gino is going to light it up. Facts. Like, what are we doing here, man? Come on.
These CGR, put him in the gulags.
Gulag
right now.
Central.
Gulags right now.
To Hug Dizzle. You old crotchety motherfucking Wasted. I got receipts, bruh. I need him, Hug. I need him.
Listen, hey, you got receipts. Listen, whatever, man. You can't take whatever I bought back, mother effer. You bought it for life, Hug D's.
Salute to our brother in the building, God dependent brand. It's always good to see our guy Halo.
Brother Halo is in
Salute
a place.
to our brother Halo in the building. Let me see. Not enough AOC these past 2 years, huh? Gotham City. Where's the flag? This is the thing, man. And I said it earlier. You know, he still has an opportunity to potentially land on the practice squad. I hope. You know what's funny, man? What if Kobe Bryant makes that roster in Atlanta? And they bring in Melo, his former teammate. That'd be a nice little storyline, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But listen, at the end of the day, you know, we like the talent, right? But we don't know the man. Yeah. We don't know the study habits. There are so many different things that come into play when you start talking about signing a player, especially a guy who in most of the other 32 NFL teams, Infinite Wisdom did not draft. So there has to be some kind of gap there. There has to be something. Yes. And that is the thing that I think that I love the way the National Football League does with their rookies. They bring them in first. Mm-hmm. So they don't get lost in the shuffle. They can't hide. They're there by themselves. And I think they discovered what they needed by having the rookie mini camp.
Salute, man, once again to the chat, you guys. We appreciate you. Once again, we'll go over the signings and the waivings today. The Raiders went out and signed veteran wide receiver Philip Dorsett, cornerback JT Woods, who's played some safety as well at the NFL level, offensive guard Antonio Mafi, former UCLA guy that played under Chip Kelly with his time as the head coach out there, and also added veteran wide receiver Seth Williams. In a corresponding moves, we waived cornerback Melo Dotson, wide receiver Zachary Franklin, which we are both in agreement that sucks to see him. Hopefully he lands back on the practice squad. Wide receiver Keyshawn Smith, and then linebacker Jalen Walker. So the young kid out of Indiana that a lot of us was hoping that could potentially make some noise in training camp looks as though he won't get a chance to with these moves. So there's going to be more moves, you guys. Training camp just started today. The vets just reported. So it looks as though the vets and everybody's in the building now. Everybody's in the building now. Yeah. So we're going to see a ton of movement here shortly. So stay tuned. And somebody did say that I see somebody said Pete mentioned Dante Thornton today in the presser over Jack Besh. I don't think that means anything at all. I just think that, you look at Dante, he just looks different.
Yeah, he's a projection problem, bro. He has something that God gave him that no one else in the building has. The measurables that he has. And And you know, most of the time, 80% of the time, you're gonna have 3 wide receivers on the field anyway. Having 3 wide receivers on the field is kind of like the norm in the National Football League. Yeah. So it's not who starts and everything like that. To me, it's more so snaps.
Mm-hmm.
It's snaps. You can have somebody that's not quote unquote a starter that plays a commiserate amount of snaps. So that's the way I'm looking at it, right? I look at the Raiders and I understand what they're doing, right? They have a future development plan. I think in their heart of hearts, and I listen, this is with no inside information. So guys, gather around the fire. I am about to cook. I think that what the Raiders are doing is they're saying, listen, our future is in our young wide receivers. We still have Jacoby. We haven't given him a contract yet. If these guys show any glimmer of dominance, we're going to move on from Jacoby because we want to have guys on rookie deals and we can allocate those resources elsewhere. And we also have a Brock Bowers in where he's a tight end, but is he? You know, this guy is a weapon, man. You know, Travis Kelce, guys like that, these guys are weapons. They're more so like, you know, even Tony Gonzalez at his height. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that there is going to be like, you know, Besh is the starter. And I think they are both going to get a lot of snaps. And listen, be very, very, very careful counting out. Yo, Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker's a guy that's been here. And I think the like kind of the gap between his like potential is the limitations we've had at quarterback since he's been here.
Agreed.
Having a guy like Geno Smith, I think he is going to unleash Trey Tucker, man. Yeah, I really do.
I agree. It's funny. I just read something because somebody was trying to low-key cook Jamal Adams on Twitter. I believe he wrote something to Vinny B. And I knew that the injury was bad. I didn't know how severe the injury was with Jamal Adams. But he said in other breaking news, Jamal Adams broke his fingernail and is likely out for the season. Vinny B put, always amazed at fans who question NFL players' toughness. Adams is a guy who suffered a leg injury in which his quadriceps muscle was torn off of his kneecap. See, I didn't know it was that severe. So
yeah, torn off the bone. I mean, you got some of these guys who can't run a coherent lap around the track.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're up there criticizing these people's toughness. That's the one thing that I think needs to really stop. And the drive-by media, the 2-minute media cycle, everybody having a platform, everybody, you know, just shooting off the hip. You got to show respect to people who are professionals, man. You know how long it takes to be a professional at anything.
And not even just that, the sacrifices they made in high school, middle school,
their whole life
to get to where they are. So you definitely look. You got to give them some praise, man.
You do. And I'm never a person who lets people disrespect. I mean, hell, I even look at a kid like my nephew, right? My nephew, great fighter. You know, he's gonna move on to doing something else. But throughout his childhood, he was talking to me. He said, "Hey, you remember all of them years when you would have birthday parties for my cousins, I'm talking about my daughters, and I couldn't eat birthday cake, ice cream, soda, none of that stuff. My friends are eating. You know, I get up 5 a.m. before I go to school and go run.
Yeah,
I'm training every day. I'm riding all around, flying around the country, fighting.
Yeah,
it's those sacrifices, and this is somebody who could fight professionally and doesn't want to, right? Mm-hmm. But for it to be his childhood, right, and him not to be a pro at this point.
Yeah,
think about the sacrifices that people who actually do make it to the mountaintop. So that should be applauded and praised, no matter how successful they are. Just getting there is something where I always show credit and praise to these guys.
This is factory, man. Salute to Ask a Bum. The autumn wind is coming. Salute to my guy, man. Appreciate you on the $2 special. Intel says, talk. Always good to see our brother Intel in the building. Man. Salute to my guy Intel. Let me see. Geno's accuracy with Tucker downfield is going to spread the defense wide open. Salute to USC, Paul.
And that's what she said. USC, bang zoom.
Yo, Ray says everybody's going to eat in this offense with Geno and Chip. Raiders, this is Factory Outlet. I'm excited. Look at the one of the greatest names, Buck Nasty. Glad I can make the live. Just got it. Let's say Jamal Adams is 100%. What do you think he can do? If he's 100%, he's going to add a ton of value to this defense, not only on the field, but the leadership qualities that he possesses in the locker room and off the field. So, you know, hey, man, I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what he can do. Once again, he's healthy now, you guys. He's in great shape. If you get a 100%, Jamal Adams at 29 years old. I mean, honestly, wasted. There's a ton of safeties that have played until their mid-30s. You know what I'm saying? This guy is still pretty young to play that position. Yeah, honestly, 29 years old.
Yeah,
I mean, we see free safeties move. I mean, we see guys move to free safety from corner in their mid-30s.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about how healthy you are. It's chronologically you can be 29 years old, but how physically, how old are you? Yeah. Jamal Adams has been very, very nicked up, right? Mm-hmm. I think a lot of the times some of these guys don't allow themselves time to heal because they don't want to be out of the league. They don't allow themselves to lose their starting spot. But I think that, listen, man, fate works in mysterious ways. God works in mysterious ways. I think Jamal Adams kind of having to sit down and take a backseat with Detroit, with Tennessee, probably has allowed him to get a lot healthier than he's ever been. And I think we're going to pretty much be the beneficiaries of that.
Yes. I mean, last year, you guys, he only played in 5 games. He started in 3, and that was between Tennessee and Detroit. And once again, remember, Detroit, their entire defense was pretty much on the IR last year. So they kicked the tires on Jamal Adams. He come over and gave him some valuable reps. So I'm excited about it. He says, does this mean Trey Taylor's out? No, not at all. I mean, bro, he's in his 2nd year, and he didn't even get a snap last year at the safety position. He played some special teams, but he hasn't even got an opportunity yet. New coaching staff. I mean, this is a guy that a year ago, he was the best DB at the collegiate level in the country. So I don't think that they're out on him just yet by bringing in the Jamal Adams, you guys.
Yeah, it's not 2019, bro.
No,
it's 2019.
And it's not even that. I mean, let's just say he doesn't play safety for us this year. He can play special teams at a high clip. That is a guy that brings value to this roster. You know what I mean? So there's no reason to move on, especially a guy that's on a rookie deal. And I'm not here to say that they're going to keep Trey. I'm just saying that there's no reason to think that they're going to move on from Trey Taylor because of Jamal Adams.
Bro, having Jamal Adams doesn't mean that it's mutually exclusive to not having Trey Taylor on the roster.
No.
It's more so of how do you make those numbers work, right? Yeah. Does that mean that you view Jamal Adams as a linebacker?
Year 2, Pastor Raider, year 2.
What? You know what I'm saying? Do you view Trey Taylor as a nickelback?
Yeah,
do you view him?
He played in the nickel at Air Force.
The situation is very fluid with this roster. That's one of the things that's exciting to see how this secondary turns out, because take the positional value away from these guys. They value the player and how they fit into what they're trying to do. Yeah. So he might have been drafted as a safety, but he might be a nickel for Pete.
I put up a video 2 months ago and said, do we already have our nickel corner on this roster? And I was talking about Trey Taylor. The thing is, you guys, we don't know what they're planning to do with some of these guys. Just because I've had shows with these guys, Dylan Lowby of the world, he had 1 snap. I'm not willing to give up on a guy that brings so much versatility to the table because of 1 snap. And I'm also not giving up on Trey Taylor, a guy that has not played a snap at the safety spot for us yet. You know what I mean? Like, yes, we have a new coach. Yes, we have a new GM. They may have different plans. Who's to say? I'm just saying, me personally, I'm not willing to give up on 2 young guys that have a ton of potential and played at a very high level at the collegiate level. Let's just see. Let's let this thing play out. But once again, a Jamal Adams pickup does not mean that they're going to move on from Trey Taylor. That does not mean that at all. Now, could they move on? Definitely. But I don't think a Jamal Adams move is a corresponding move on from Trey Taylor. I don't think that makes any sense. So salute to Raiders USC, my guy, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. My dog USC. We got over 1,000 people in the building. If you guys want to become members of Green Dot and get off my line, gang, hit the links. They're pinned up top. Salute to all the new members in the building because of Raiders USC. And salute to our guy Rudy as well. The vet Russo, Wasted, the podiatrist, Talent, and Graph, the psychotherapist. Raiders, salute to both of you, my brothers. It's that time. Let's effing go. Salute to my
Hey, Rudy. Listen, man, don't think I forgot that you got punked out by that bear at your fishing spot. He had a bear at his fishing spot, and he just took over. He said, that's my spot, punk.
Hold on, bro. Who's not going to get punked? Who's not going to run from a fucking bear, bro?
Listen, man, let me tell you something.
Hey, Rudy, man, look, bro. Don't let that man talk to you.
Nah, man, get the F up out of here. Let me tell you something. In the words of Mystical.
I knew you was going to go there. I knew you were going to go there.
Said, help the bear.
Don't. Don't help me. Help the bear. Salute to Buck Nasty. All the wide receivers they brought in, do you think they're just camp bodies? Yes.
Yeah.
I definitely believe. I mean, you look at these names. Once again, Seth Williams, I don't believe has played since 2021. I don't think Philip Dorsett has had a snap since 2023. Yes, I don't think these guys make this roster. I think that they're moving with Dante Thornton, Trey Tucker, Jack Besh, Jacoby Myers, Kyle Phillips, and there could be an interesting name somewhere in the mix there that they potentially bring in. Maybe it's Colin Johnson, the 6'6" kid from San Jose. Maybe, once again, the measurables, I can see them holding on to him. But these guys, to me, and once again, who's to say they may get in camp and ball out? But I don't think, if I'm a betting man, Wasted, I think I could pretty much put my life on it. These guys aren't going to be around come week one.
Yeah, please don't bet your life. But please don't do that. We don't want to do that. But yo, listen, man, at the end of the day, you got too much draft capital and too much star power wrapped up into that wide receiver room, in a sense, right? They're not going to, not have guys that were highly touted guys, this year's draft, and guys like, Tucker, who has produced in this league and is a young guy that they want to really, it's going into one of the last years, right? You want to see what you have in him, man. So I don't think one of these guys takes a roster spot away.
No.
And then also, I gotta ask myself, so how do you see Tommy Millott?
Oh, and once again,
how do you see him? Is he a wide? He's a wide receiver. He's a wide receiver. He's going to be returning kicks, whatever.
From what I was told, that up to this point, it's going to ramp up now. But they've been really patient with him. They're looking at him right now as a special teams guy and a project, a developmental type guy. It's going to take some time to get him adjusted to moving to wide receiver full time. You guys know he was a quarterback at the collegiate level, a phenomenal one at that. But they're moving him to wide receiver. It's going to take some time. From what I believe, up to this point, is him and Dylan right now with that special teams, the kick, punt, return situation. So, but once again, I think that they're going to hold on to him. He could be just like Fox Dale says, like a Taysom Hill kind of hybrid type player. So I don't think they move on from him, but he could potentially steal one of those wide receiver spots too. Look, man, Spytek said it. He said, I didn't want to mention his name during the draft process because I didn't want anybody to know about this kid. Like, he was like a secret that they were trying to hold on to tight as the draft came around, and they waited until the 6th to pull the trigger. So look, I think they have high hopes for him and they want to develop him, and he'll make this roster. Now, whether that's a wide receiver, or they just use him as in special team situations, to be determined. But he probably will.
There's no way Philip, you know what I'm saying, Dorsett is going to be the reason why Tommy Millott, a guy they just drafted and want to develop and want to see, like when you got guys with such a bright future and hasn't really played any NFL snaps, no tread on the tire, you definitely want to buy low and sell high.
Yes.
Right. You're not going to get somebody and bring somebody in off of the scrap heap for that. So, listen, salute to Phillip, salute to all of the guys they brought in, but it's going to be an uphill battle for these guys to make this roster.
Salute to Rudy. Oh, you forgot the Yistul, Rudy.
Yes,
forgot the Yistul. Okay, it makes sense now. If JT Woods has learned to tackle, he could be a good free safety, sub 4.4 speed with decent ball skills. And D4s, you know this, right? Every Baylor product is fast as shit. We know this. Like, they're track stars, right? All I'm saying is I think he played 2 years thus far for the Chargers, and then he went to Seattle and Chicago, I believe, last season. He hasn't really done much up to this point, to be honest with you. But once again, look, the speed is there. Maybe they can find somewhere to – I still think this is every year we do this, you guys. Every year around this time we talk about some guys knowing that they're bringing these guys into camp just to be camp bodies. Just like enough. They show out, maybe they can steal a roster spot. But I think all these guys are well aware of the situation right now. They're like, look, we have an uphill climb right here, and we got to find our way on this roster. Nothing is given. These are guys that are coming in, and it's going to be a long shot for them to make this roster. Just because he possesses speed, like you said, has to learn to tackle, right? He could be a good free safety or even a corner. But once again, like you said, with decent ball skills, is that going to be enough in Pete Carroll's scheme? I don't know.
It's never enough, man. There's a certain level of physicality that you need to play with to get on the field in a Pete Carroll team. Yeah. That's just clear. That's clear. There's a certain level of dog you got to have in you.
Yeah. Salute to Simple. I love this. Been watching Graph and Wasted from Cabo. 60th birthday cruise is fire. Life is good. Happy birthday, my brother. Simple as F. Salute to you, man. Your birthday lands on some great birthdays. My twins,
Sir.
Tim Brown, man, you are a legend. Simple as F. Salute to you, man. Enjoy Cabo and enjoy your birthday.
Yo, bro, man, birthday today.
Bro, man?
Bro, man, birthday today.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Baldhead Willie and his blind cat. Is his birthday today.
So you weren't really talking about brother.
Yo, Shucky Ducky, quack, quack. Birthday today. Salute to the Apollo legend, Shucky Ducky.
Yeah, hamburger.
Hamburger, Ronaldo Hamburger Ray.
Hey, man, hamburger, his birthday today, too.
Yeah, man, listen, Carrot Top, the comedian.
Hey, give him props.
Listen, man, who else? I mean, damn, man. I mean, the guy who played, or the lady, who, you know, rest in peace, who played the Where's the Beef lady in the Wendy's commercial. I mean, God, I mean, some guy who lived down the street from me as a kid with a club foot and a blind cat. Yeah. I mean, it's all kinds of people who are born today.
The McDonald's Moon Man.
Oh, Mac Tonight.
Yeah.
Mac Tonight, a goat. The great and powerful Mac Tonight.
Yeah, facts.
Yo, Sid Bream. Mike Bordick. Jesse Barfield and Mike Gallego.
Mike Bordick, bro. Like, yo, how does he? That is the first time in my life I heard that name in the same space as Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. Bro.
I don't know, man.
Yo, that is
they said AIDS guy birthdays today too.
The AIDS guy has to be. It's
salute
the AIDS guy.
him,
it's the AIDS guy birthday every day.
Yo, salute to him, yo. Salute to him.
In was it Space Fox or whatever the fuck is the
Shadow Fox from the Shadow Realm. He's omnipotent.
There you go.
He's omnipotent.
Yo,
Martinez every day.
Martinez says, "Happy birthday, Mike Bordick." Yo, Rich, no news yet on Colton Miller and his extension, so we're just waiting on it. We don't know what's going on with it, but once again, he did report. He's in the building, so we shall see what they do with our veteran left tackle. So once again, no guaranteed money left on the books last year of his deal. I know a ton of people are kind of like beating the pavement right now, so to speak, waiting for Colton Miller to get his new deal. So, man, let me see what you're calling Count Body Spies calls it search for depth needed to build a consistent winning team. I mean, bro, D-Force, any of these guys that we brought in, to me, outside of Jamal Adams, they don't even fit the depth. Like the depth that we have on this roster is better than
the lineman too. The lineman too is not.
Oh yeah. Antonio Mafi too. I'm excited.
Mafi is definitely a guy that's competing for a spot. But at the end of the day, you guys got to understand something, man. You guys act like Rome was built in the day. Rome was not built in the day. You know what I'm saying? Rome was not built in the day. They're trying to bring guys in to set a certain tone. They need guys that are pros to show these guys what good looks like. But most of these guys are camp bodies, bro. You start talking about, you know, and no disrespect to any of these guys, but you got guys that have not been in the league since 2021, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's trying to build a winner with guys.
2023. I mean, come
on.
Yo,
you guys do know it's 2025, right?
Yes.
You know, so like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Little Graf.
Well, one of these dudes hasn't seen a snap since COVID ended. Like right when COVID ended.
I know he got the shot and
yeah, it just cook. But once again, we never know. We never really know. You know what I'm saying? But I think that we've watched this game long enough, Wasted, to understand how these things work. And I'm not looking at any of these guys as making this roster. Once again, salute to them. And if they somehow, some way find a way to do it, dope. But I'm not going to hold my breath with any of these names. Graf's copy paste went crazy with his boy. G Money, what's that mean?
He was saying that he's a copy and paste to you.
Oh, okay. What's funny is that's my boy. He acts just like me, but that's
the other one looked like you.
Mom, Jaden's my twin. Yeah. Let me see, man. He said, "Happy birthday to John Leguizamo and Bob Dole."
yo, listen, salute to happy birthday. How can I forget this, man? For Dudley from Different Strokes. Yo, hold on. Wait, hold on.
What?
yo, hold on, bro.
Hey, real quick.
Happy birthday to the guy who played Alf in the Alf suit, too. Salute to him.
Real quick. Okay, so I'm looking. Hold on, man.
But you looking at more famous people with his birthday?
No. So, okay, NFL trade rumors is tripping right now. Raiders worked out 7. Okay. It looked like they said 7 defensive linemen I'm like, holy shit. I mean, we only talked about Quentin Jefferson, but they talked about, okay, so we signed most of these guys. So Jamal Adams came in for workout, signed. Philip Dorsett, signed. Quentin Jefferson, to be determined. Jalen McKenzie, McKenzie's son, came in for a workout. Left without a deal. That'd have been a great story, right? Tackle. And then wide receiver Seth Williams, he agreed to a deal with us. And then DB JT Woods signed a deal with us. So the only one guy that left without a deal, or at least up to this point, that we know of, is Jalen McKenzie and Quentin Jefferson.
Yeah, I mean, hey, salute to Selena Gomez. It's her birthday today.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Salute to 73, the best Raider content creators, Graph and Wasted Raiders.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you. I agree. I am in total agreement with that statement. Thank you.
Yes. We have to throw our brothers in there as well. Oh, and you know what? I'm throwing this out there, okay? Because I'm expecting our brother to see this. Big Mike is going to be around a lot moving forward, you guys. So do us a favor. We got almost 1,100 people in the building between both our YouTube channels and Twitter. Subscribe to our brother, Big Mike Raider. We're going to be doing weekly shows with him. He's going to be on a lot of the shows moving forward with us. We're going to make sure that we need his channel to start popping. Crazy. So make sure you guys subscribe to our brother, and you're going to see a lot of him moving forward. His IQ for the game is above and beyond.
It's through the roof. It's through the roof. Listen, there is a reason why, Big Mike Raider has always been in the consortium and the group of Shieldmore, man. Because he brings value every time he steps on the screen. And he will bring that same value to all of you. I need for you guys to go over there, stop by Wasted Talents channel if you're not subscribed first, right? And then you go over to Big Mike.
Dirty motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, listen, bro. but Mike is the man, though. Seriously, go over there and support my brother, Big Mike Raider.
There you go, man. Other than that, get a few more questions in, you guys, before we get out of here. Salute to Bambino. It's my son Josh's birthday, 25 years old. Love to see that, Bambino. I appreciate you, my brother. Happy birthday to little man. And you already know, man. Tell him Shieldmore said happy B-Day and Raiders. I love the name Josh, man. That's a great name. It's a great name.
Yo, man, shout out to all the people that pulled up on the last Graph and Wasted show, man. Shout out to all of y'all, man. That show was a show for the ages. It was fun. You know what I'm saying? I need you guys to go run that back on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you consume your podcast. We are now an audio pod too as well. So you guys can listen when you're at work, listen on your ride home, your afternoon drive. We will take you into your afternoon drive. Because guys, listen, there's one thing that we've always been asked. Why don't you guys do an audio pod? Well, guess what? This year, it's happening in a big way. I need you guys to go in there and support that too. Yes. Don't forget that. And for everybody listening, guys, we have people, if you're listening from the audio podcast, that are constant supporters of our show. They are a part of the show just as much as we are. So when you hear us yelling and ranting and raving at them, it's all love. These are people that are in our chat on YouTube. And if you've never been over to YouTube and you're an audio pod listener, come on over here to Red Nation Unlimited and Oak Las Vegas. We have cookies.
Cookies, man. I knew it was coming. We got cookies, man. And salute to Terry. I got to say, Graph and Wasted. I really love how you guys are towards your family. You love your family. Look, man, that's what matters the most.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Just like I love mine. You two guys are great, great men, man. Appreciate you, Terry. And thank you for all your kind words. Terry always comes in here and just really he sets the tone with positivity, man. We appreciate you.
Appreciate him
so much, my guy. Pastor, brother, we will be doing some members only shows. You know what? I got one lined up this week. So
I got one lined up as well, man. Yeah, I wanted to start that off with I wanted to have a guest on, but I think I'll be enough. I want to let you guys know something. The members only shows is your show. So whatever you guys want to talk about, it doesn't necessarily have to be Raider related. Yeah. So just know that.
Raider Nation Vince says, any special guests coming soon? We definitely have a few names that we're working on. We both have been in cahoots on one specific player. We're going to mind our business. All I'm going to say is,
here we go. I got a big
my big mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I'm just chilling. I'm chilling because once again, I'm just thrown into the universe because every time I do it, it happens. You know what I mean? So Just expect some stuff coming soon, you guys. You know what I mean? We're definitely working around the clock. It's training camp now, so it's very difficult to bring on current players. So just know if we find a way to get a few on, that they're going out their way to join us, and they respect the platforms and respect what we're doing. So we're working on a few things. So stay tuned, you guys. I promise we're going to deliver like we always do with the special guest spots and all that good stuff. So, but until then, you're going to get a ton of Shield more. You're going to get a ton of Wasted, Graf, Hammer, Big Mike. You know what I mean? And hopefully Andy pulls back up this year, and then Stu's going to be rocking a ton with us as well. So make sure to stay tuned for that. He said Lockie Tassi on the show in the future. That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Stu, Raider, Captain Caveman.
Captain Caveman, man. Salute the Crash Dog. The dynamic duo for sure. Serving that content. Salute to my guy, man. Yo, other than that, man, you got anything else for the nation?
Nah, man. All I got for y'all is some content. That's it, yo.
Yo, Raider Rob, it's a camp body. It's look, if you got to move Zachary Franklin to bring in the Philip Dorsett, I hate the move.
Yeah,
I don't like. That was a guy that we were high on, out of Illinois. That I'm kind of pissed about.
Yeah, I am, because I wanted to see like the two tall wide receivers out there, just pitch and catch, right?
Yeah. So, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how this thing turns out. But once again, I think just losing Zachary Franklin, losing Melo Dotson today. But once again, they can return and potentially be on the practice squad. We shall see. But yeah, it kind of sucks. Let me see. I think I missed 5 Raider Nation Unlimited Wasted Talent memberships from our guy Raiders USC. Appreciate you, brother. That means a lot. Salute to all the new members in the building. Green Dot Gang and Get Off My Lawn Gang. What do you say? Growing in droves. Is that
right? It's growing in droves.
There you go.
It's crazy, sick and silly.
Sick and silly. This is love the authenticity, you guys. A lot of other channels seem like it's about getting supers. I mean, we try to read as many comments as possible. Once again, let's not act as though the supers don't help us continue to do what we do. I do this for a living, so I appreciate every single one of them. But once again, it's deeper than that. We both grew up like diehard Raider fans our entire lives. So for us to be able to do what we love and be able to take care of our families doing it, it means a lot. But we try to read as many comments as possible, Vince. Not only the supers, but if I see something in the comments section, it's tough. There's 1,000 people in the building. So it's kind of tough. But when I see great comments, I try to bring up as many as possible and continue the discussion on the show. Because once again, without you guys, this show doesn't work. We might as well just do pre-records. You know what I mean? We have the greatest community in Raider Nation. And I mean that. Like, this is the greatest community, period, bar none. Like, I know people that have 100,000 plus subscribers that tell me all the time, I wish I had a community like you guys.
That's a fact. And if you have 100,000 subscribers and you wish you had a community like us, do you have 100,000 subscribers?
I mean, yeah.
Look, I'm going to have to do the Drewski.
Salute to 8095, man, becoming a member as well. Appreciate you, brother. As always, if you guys want to become a member, like my guy 8095, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Once again, it definitely helps us keep the lights on, man. Other than that, you guys, I will be live tomorrow twice. I got a coffee and combo in the morning. Want to talk more about training camp and all that good stuff. And then also the AFC West show tomorrow. We rescheduled it. Me and Wasted wanted to do this show. And also my guys were out of town, so it kind of lined up perfectly. So tomorrow, AFC West show, 7 o'clock Eastern time, 4 o'clock Pacific. And then the coffee and convo, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, and I'll be rocking and rolling tomorrow too. Raider Nation Unlimited. You guys know what it is. You know the vibes.
Yeah,
we'll be rocking.
Here's a super. Graf needs to embrace hate so he can live as long as Wasted.
Yes, yes, embrace it.
I love it, man. R.I.P. to Ozzy, man. This is facts. Once again, R.I.P. to Ozzy, and once again, rest in paradise to Malcolm Jamal Warner, aka Theo Huxtable, man. But other than that, man, love you guys. Appreciate you guys. We will see you tomorrow. As always, once again, man, enjoy this move, man. Jamal Adams is a Raider, you guys. Look, embrace him. He's a Raider. He's a Pete guy. He's here. Let's see what happens, okay? Give him a chance to cook. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does, great. What is it? What's the old saying, Wasted? Low risk, high reward?
That's right.
Have we been doing that all offseason? Devin White,
Yo,
Landon Roberts,
it is a beautiful thing. Buy low and sell high, my man.
There you go. So
basic economics.
There you go. Other than that, man, love, appreciate y'all, man. We are outro.
Peace.